The NBA trade deadline is a couple days away, and I want to let you guys know we're going to be live on Thursday for the trade deadline. Make sure you guys are subscribed because you're not going to want to miss a thing. We're going to keep you up to date with everything that's happening around the New York Knicks and across the landscape of the NBA. And if you're also looking for videos every single day on the latest Knicks news and rumors, and we do watch parties for every game, go down right now and hit that big red sub button. Welcome into New York Knicks Now by Chat Sports. I'm your host, Marshall Green. Give me a follow on Twitter at MarshallGreen_. And if you DM me, I'll give you a follow back. We got some big rumors to talk about in today's show, but we're going to start with the biggest one going across the NBA landscape because Kyrie Irving has requested a trade, and now Adrian Wojnarowski of ESPN is saying that a Kevin Durant trade could also be heating up, and he may have actually hinted at the New York Knicks being interested. This is what Woj had to say. He said, among rival teams, there's more interest in inquiring on Kevin Durant's reaction to Kyrie Irving's trade request and how that may impact KD's future with the Nets. And I'm right there with Mr. Woj. When you think about it, the only reason that Kevin Durant is on the Brooklyn Nets is because of Kyrie Irving. And if Kyrie Irving gets shipped out of Brooklyn, why on earth would Kevin Durant still want to be there? The question is, though, does it make all that much sense for the New York Knicks? We'll unpack that in the rest of this video. Let's start, though, by taking a look at Kevin Durant's season so far this year, because prior to his injury, he was playing like an MVP of this league. There was a reason that KD and Kyrie had the Brooklyn Nets at the top of the Eastern Conference. KD is having one of the best seasons of his career, averaging 29.7 points per game, almost 7 rebounds, just shy of 6 assists, 55.9% from the field. He's shooting north of 60% on all 2-point attempts. He might go down as the most efficient volume scorer of all time, and he's just shooting a measly 37.6% from downtown. If you know ball, you know that Kevin Durant is still a top 5 player in the National Basketball Association. But not to hurt anyone and kill anyone's dreams out there. That's all this is. It's just a dream. That's all it is. Shorty had a dream, and it was KD to the Knicks. And it's not going to happen. I am not falling for this yet again. The Nets would never trade Kevin Durant to the New York Knicks. Why would you trade your most prized possession to your big brother across the street? It would never happen. And honestly, I don't know if KD would ever want to play for the New York Knicks. He's talked so much crap about us that I'm lying. I'd love to have Kevin Durant on the Knicks. He's so freaking good at basketball. I just don't see it happening for the simple fact that there's no way the Nets would trade Kevin Durant to the New York Knicks. Look, some people don't want KD. You might type FKD in the comments section. I'm always down for that. But should the Knicks trade for Kevin Durant with Kyrie Irving having requested a trade? Because I do believe if Kyrie is traded, that this will be the last season that Kevin Durant is rocking the black and white for the Brooklyn Nets. So should the Knicks swoop in with all of the first-round picks they have and make a trade? Type T for trade, type P for pass. Let me know in the comments section. Fred Katz of The Athletic, the Knicks beat reporter for The Athletic, mentioned Gary Harris as a trade target for the New York Knicks, and I found this one to be quite interesting. I think what Gary Harris brings is what the Knicks need. He plays defense, and he knocks down perimeter shots. That's where the Knicks are lacking right now. But I do have a little bit of cause for concern when it comes to Gary Harris, and it's the injury prop. He's played less than 30 games this year, had off-season knee surgery, and the fact is he's played in just 124 games in the last 3 seasons. The best ability is availability, and when he's available, he's a damn good basketball player. I just wonder if he's always going to be a guy that you could depend on to be in that lineup, playing in a Tom Thibodeau system where he's asked to play a lot of minutes. On the surface, though, I think it's a great idea because he gives you 9 points per game, which is really low for him. He's really not being asked to score that much in Orlando, just play defense, which he does, but he's able to score the basketball at such an efficient clip, shooting almost 46% from downtown on over 4 attempts per game, 49% from the field, and he can make a little bit 2 assists. Having him come off the bench and kind of be that handicap for a guy like Quentin Grimes, I think would be awesome because you'd have another 3-and-D player on this roster, another defensive stopper, and a guy that can hit threes at a 46% clip. Yes, he's only played in 27, 28 games so far this year, so that percentage will start to fizzle a little bit, but he's a plus 3-point shooter, and he's a plus defender, and that would be a huge plus for the New York Knicks. A trade does get interesting because the salaries for the Orlando Magic, they don't really have that many tradable salaries. So this is a trade idea that we cooked up here in the Chat Sports Studios. Gary Harris is on a 2-year deal, but next year, as in 2023 and 2024, is non-guaranteed, a.k.a. a team option, and same with Derrick Rose. So you're essentially trading expiring deal for expiring deal, but we'll give you 2 second-round picks. I think that should be enough to move the needle. I would have liked to involve Cam Reddish, but you'd have to do some deep diving and some real capology work to make that work, maybe even get a third team involved. I think if you offered Rose and Reddish and you were able to get a minimum salary player back to the Knicks coming from the Magic to make it happen, it'd work. But let's focus on this trade right now. Would you make this trade if you're the New York Knicks? Would you trade your bench chair and 2 second-round picks? Because unfortunately, that's all Derrick Rose is at this time because he doesn't play basketball for this team anymore. Type A for accept. Type D for decline. And we're going to talk about Malik Beasley coming up in a second because he is being linked to the New York Knicks by multiple sources out there. But first, I want to give a huge shout out to today's sponsor, Rocket Money. Go to rocketmoney.com/NBA now if you're looking to save money in 2023. I love Rocket Money because they organize and optimize all of your finances. They cancel your unused subscriptions with just a tap, and I love that they keep track of your monthly expenses. So if you're spending too much money, where you shouldn't be spending too much money, Rocket Money is going to let you know about it. Forbes is declaring it the app that will save you hundreds of dollars. We negotiate to help you lower your existing bills and monitor events that affect your credit score. So if you're trying to juice that credit score up a little bit, Rocket Money is a good place to get that done. You also can view all your subscriptions on one screen, stay on top of upcoming bills, and they'll cancel your unwanted subscriptions for you. I love Rocket Money because it makes me more organized, makes me more finance savvy, and it's helping me out in the long term and the short term. You could do the same. Go to rocketmoney.com/NBA now. A player that has been linked to the Knicks for quite some time now and by multiple publications out there is Malik Beasley, the 3-point shooter of the Utah Jazz, formerly of the Minnesota Timberwolves. Jake Fisher and Michael Scotto say the Knicks are very interested in Beasley, and there's good reason for that. And I thought Jake Fisher did a very good job of Yahoo Sports breaking this down. He said, one name that I'm confident in saying publicly that I've heard New York has had interest in, like a lower tier behind OG Anunoby, has been Malik Beasley. And Gerson Rosas, who obviously played a big role in the negotiations for Donovan Mitchell, who's a member of the Knicks front office, former GM of the Minnesota Timberwolves, traded for Malik Beasley and Jared Vanderbilt back when he was running the Timberwolves. So I think that connection is something to keep an eye on there too. Rosas is now a part of the Knicks front office, and there's rumors that he is absolutely pushing for the Knicks to go after Malik Beasley, and I think it makes some sense. The Knicks are one of the worst three-point shooting teams in the NBA, and Beasley is a sniper from deep. He's getting over 8 threes up per night, and he hits on about 35+% of them. The Knicks are 25th ranked, the 25th ranked three-point shooting team on efficiency, but they attempt the 9th most per game. So they shoot a lot of threes, and they miss a lot of threes. So how about getting a player on this roster that shoots a lot of threes and makes a lot of threes? It'd be really nice for the Knicks to get another guy that can knock down shots out of assist opportunities for guys like Randall and Barrett. Brunson. Barrett should get that assist game up as well. Beasley this year's averaging 13.6 points per game, 36+% from deep on over 8.6 attempts from downtown. The report is, though, that the Utah Jazz have first rounders on the table for Malik Beasley. And I call cap on that because if they did, Malik Beasley would no longer be a part of the Utah Jazz. Nobody is going to trade a valuable first-round pick for Malik Beasley. If you are, it's going to be heavily protected, like the first-round pick that the New York Knicks have from the Detroit Pistons, which is top 18 protected, top 18 protected, top 16, top 14, and so on and so forth. If you are getting a first-round pick for Malik Beasley, you should be awarded the front office member of the year, because it's just not going to happen. Despite the Knicks having 11 first-round picks in the next 7 years, I am not trading a first-round pick for Malik Beasley. It's a lateral move. It makes you a little bit better, but why on earth are you giving up one of these protected first-round picks for Malik Beasley, a guy that's set to be a free agent coming up this offseason if you decline his team option? Look, I like Beasley. I think he'd make this team better. The Knicks could use some more shooting. They could use some more scoring. But he doesn't play defense, and that makes me feel like he's not a Tom Thibodeau guy. And if you're not a Tom Thibodeau guy, you're not going to play. If he's going to be the coach, you need to get guys that he likes. I don't think he should be the coach after this year, but that's not my decision. I want to ask you, would you trade a first-round pick for Malik Beasley? Type Y for yes, type N for no, sound off in the comments section below. And make sure to give me that follow on Twitter. That way I can follow you back. Shout out to Lil Uzi, banger of the year. Give me a follow on Twitter @MarshallGreen_.